If you're trying to work out which AI subscription is actually worth paying for, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or even Perplexity, I did the work for you. I put all four of them head to head. Same prompts, real business problems, the kind you'd actually face on a Monday. No cherry picking. And here's the honest part. Everyone assumes the game is picking the smartest one. After all that testing, the smartest model isn't what wins. I'll show you what does. I'm not theorizing. I run a real business on these. I've shipped apps, tools, I built hundreds of websites, and I run my whole operation on this framework. So this is from the chair, not from the sidelines. So here's the plan. I'll take you through the jobs that actually matter, name who wins each one, and then give you the single decision that changes everything. Almost nobody makes. And if you stick around to the end, there's a free framework that you can download for use on Monday morning. Let's go. The first thing I found genuinely surprised me, and it breaks the whole way people shop for AI. I expected a clear winner. I really did. Instead, job after job, I basically got the same result. They've converged. On most real work, the big three are now neck and neck. Watch what happens across 3 levels of AI use. The levels most people never climb past is the first one, research with full references. A couple of months ago, I would have absolutely said Perplexity owns this. Not anymore. I ran the same due diligence brief through all the 3 main models, including Perplexity. Claude and Gemini have caught right up, and GPT is not really far behind. So basically, that is a 3-way tie. Now let's look at a board level decision. All 3 of the main models, GPT, Claude, and Gemini, they reasoned well. However, Claude and Gemini did go a touch deeper, but the gap was subtle. Again, GPT was not far behind. Let's have a look at the 2 that generate images, marketing images, including text. Both nailed it. Gemini's, I felt, read a little bit more premium. It had a subtle edge, but not a gulf. Writing in my own voice. Claude edged it here narrowly, but the gap has shrunk. And the moment I gave each of them more context, the gap shrunk more. Even the price clusters are tight. There's a free level on all of them. Then you can step up to between $10 and $20 odd a month, same ballpark, and from there it goes above 100. So if they're all this close, which one is best? Well, that's the wrong question. It has no answer worth chasing. When the tools start to converge like this, the tool stops being the advantage. But 2 moments broke the pattern. 2 moments where it wasn't a tie at all. And they're the key to everything that comes next. The first one, I stopped asking these tools for answers and started testing whether they tell me I was wrong. I handed all 3 deliberately a bad plan. I wanted to see who'd just agree with the boss. The short answer, no, they didn't all agree. Claude said no with the conviction of a CFO. It named the maths, the trap, the door that I couldn't walk back through. The good ones aren't yet a yes machine. They push back. Same on the hard decision. The best answers didn't just respond, they questioned the question. They surfaced the trade-off that I couldn't see. They told me the one number to check before I walked in the presentation room. The second moment that broke the pattern, and it's the most valuable thing in this video, and here's the proof. This is the level that really almost nobody reaches, and it's where the converged tools split wide apart again. Not because one got smarter, but because of what you put into it. I took my 20 years of judgment, my standards, how I weigh a decision, what I'd never sign off on, and I wrote it into the system myself. Then I ran the same prompt again, and one pulled away. At the top level, this isn't a chat box. It's a command line. You stop doing every task by hand and you start directing the work. You don't drop out of the work, you rise above it from operator to architect. That's the move from interchangeable to irreplaceable. Every winnable step or rung up the ladder here rewards the one thing you already have: depth. That's not a techie's edge, it's yours. And if it sounds like a niche personal trick, it isn't. It's exactly what the entire AI industry is racing to do right now. I said 2 moments broke the pattern. Here's the second. Somebody put themselves into an actual Harry Potter scene. You genuinely cannot tell it isn't the original, other than you know that it's not, but it fits. The sound, the movement, everything plays properly. And that's not one of the big 3. It is a specialist, a tool built to do one thing extraordinary well. It's got about 11 controls that basically make you like the director. Everything we've compared so far today is what I call a foundation model. Broad, it's decent at almost everything. But the market is sprinting now the other way. Smaller, dedicated, and deep. There are models built only for law, only for medicine. Now look closer. A specialized model is just a foundation model with expertise baked in, which is exactly what we did a minute ago. Your judgment encoded. Encoding your expertise isn't like an industry trend. It is the trend, but it's run by you on your domain. And this isn't prompting. It's not these 10 clever paragraph mega prompts. It isn't even skills. Yes, those help, but they're not the thing. The thing is the architecture, how you structure the intelligence so it carries your judgment every time without being told. The intelligence is rented by you. The architecture and domain experience is yours. So, knowing all that, which one should you actually pay for? Here's the verdict. The decision that matters isn't which one, it's how deep do you go. So there are 4 rules. 1, try every free tier. They're genuinely good now. 2, pay monthly, don't pay yearly. This market moves too fast to bet on a whole year. 3, stop switching because your context compounds in one place. Number 4, buy for the rung that you're climbing to, not the one that you're on. And the reason I say that will mean that you're paying for something. And if you pay for something, you value it. And if you value it, you will reach your goals because you're paying for it. You don't want to waste the money. So that's my rule. Buy for the rung that you're climbing to, not the one that you're on. And there is a cost trick with Claude that most people miss. If you're on the $20 plan, on your Claude account, you can preload some extra credit. You can set a cap so that when your plan runs out and you get the message you've run out until 10 o'clock, if you've implemented this, your plan doesn't run out mid-task quietly. It simply draws from the credit that you put in instead of stopping you dead. You can essentially design your own plan. I will point out that this is nowhere near as cost efficient as jumping to the next model, so I always cap mine at about halfway between. Because the models are converging, the one that pulls ahead is the one you've trained. Context and structure beats brand every time. And I'm not telling you this from theory. And if you put it in and build it right, the context can actually travel with you should you decide to change model 12 months from now because something new and incredible has come. If you've structured it properly, you can take it with you. I run my whole operation from the top. I use Claude Code as predominantly a non-coder. Yes, I can read some code, but my real strength is that I'm an architect. I know how things work together. I know how they hook together. And if I don't, I will find out before I do anything. I would say I spend more time planning than implementing, and it steered me in really good stead. I know where I'm going. I need to understand how I get there. I break it into small steps so that I can validate and check every step along the way. That way, if I have a breakage, I know what step is broken. I can go back and fix it without the whole thing falling apart. So in summary, I ship real products, I run a real business, and I didn't get there by finding the best AI. I got there by encoding my judgment into the one that I use every day. That's the climb, and I think you can start this week. So you came here to find out which one to buy, and you're leaving knowing that buy barely matters. The architecture does. That's the upgrade. The free framework that I promised gets you started today. Your expertise, build into whatever AI you use. It's not a summary, a thing that you will fill in and use. The link is below. Subscribe and keep climbing, because this is where we're going in upcoming videos. We're building the architecture together. I'm Jim Kennedy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.